Hey, right guys, Trish Munters Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 1 of One Tree Hill, season 5, the 5th season out of 9, I believe. So I'm excited for the season. Season 4 for me was very strong. It definitely got its like downer moments, which we spoke about at the end of season 4, of course. And just for people who might not have seen the first episode to season 4, what we're going to do here is we're going to go through a few questions that I asked for on Patreon. So a bit of a Q&A. We have 14 comments to get through, just kind of my thoughts on season 4, and I thought it'd be a better way just to kind of read the comments and see what people want to know about my thoughts on certain things. And then we will of course be doing the character tier list as well. So if you do just want to get to the reaction, it'll probably be a bit probably be, there we go, needed a space there, about 20 minutes into this video, because like I said, we're going to do the Q&A and the tier list as well. So if you want to skip ahead, go for it. But if you want to know my thoughts on season 4 as a whole and where I'm going to rank these characters, then stick around. So we'll get my glasses on so I can actually read and then go through the comments that I asked for on Patreon. So if you did leave a comment, I do appreciate it, and I appreciate, of course, all the patrons. Hope you're enjoying the content over on there. But first off, we have Gabby, which asks, which of the main 5 characters, Lucas, Nathan, Haley, Peyton and Brooke, did you like the most in Season 4? So we're going to do a character tier list, so I'll save that for them. But reading that, I'm probably going to say... probably Peyton. Definitely not Brooke. Definitely not. As much as I love Nathan, I felt like he was a bit, even he was Nathan this season, it was fine. Haley was good, but I don't think his story was the strongest. Lucas was actually really good this season, but I think Peyton had a really good story and a really good... I felt like her character developed a lot. She had down moments where she annoyed me for sure, but I think overall I'd say Peyton, but we'll see when we get there. Temilade, I think, asks, after finishing season 4, what are your feelings on Brucus or Leighton? As I think I mentioned it briefly at the end of the last season, but for me, I really like Peyton and Lucas, but there are elements of Brooke and Lucas that I miss. I felt like Brooke and Lucas had more chemistry than Peyton, and it was more exciting. I felt like they were more, like I was more into their scenes when they were together. I feel like Peyton and Lucas just feels a bit like fairy tale, magical, like coming up with all this dialogue, and it's cute, but I don't hate either of the couples. I think they both work, but they're for very different reasons. And I felt like for me, having, like I said, had a full season with Brucus and then a full season with Leighton, I do prefer Brucus, I'd say. So, here's a hard one. Gabby asks, what was your favourite storyline in season 4? I really liked the Peyton Stalker storyline. I felt like that just made some intense scenes. And like I said, gave a lot to Peyton's character as well very early on in the season. I liked Nathan kind of taking the money from Dante. I think was interesting. Lucas trying to find out what happened with Keith, I think had a lot, but mainly because of seeing, and this is probably what I'd say my favourite part of season 4 was, seeing Dan try so hard to be a better person and then have it all crumble before him. Just kind of, it is such a sad ending for Dan at the end of season 4, and like it almost got me. I nearly cried at the end of the last episode because of that, and then on top of that, the montage of them going back to the court. It wasn't really a montage, but them going back to the court as well and using dialogue from season 1, I just thought was cool. So yeah, I love Dan. I felt so bad for him and his whole journey and just kind of where he ended up, like literally wanting to end it all. It was just like Jesus. So I'd say that, and then obviously like for a more wholesome storyline of their like suicide and trying to take money off gangsters and being stalked, I'd say Haley being pregnant and like the trials and tribulations of, they didn't have many, but the ups and downs they kind of had with Nathan saying that he didn't want a baby and then finding out that she's pregnant and being happy about that. So that was quite cute. But yeah. Temilade asks, do you still dislike Karen, or did this season soften your opinion on her a little bit? Again, we'll talk about that a little bit in the tier list, but I'll say she's definitely likeable at this point. Like, I don't know, I felt like with Karen, my problem, she fucked up in whichever season it was, but then it just kept happening. Like, she slapped Lucas, I was like, don't know about that. Then she took away all his possessions, I was like, don't know about that. Then she slapped Whitey, I think, for no reason. Then I'm pretty sure she slapped Lucas again, and then blamed the death of Keith on Lucas. It just kept piling on and piling on. But I will admit, season 4, she was pretty chill. We had no Karen moments that really pissed me off, so that was nice at least. H asks, what's a storyline you think would have been more interesting for Brooke this season as opposed to the one she was given? Good question. I feel like Brooke, like when she spoke about, I think it was in the episode where they went into their pairs, and she was talking about how she's not very close to her parents, and how she feels like she has all this pressure put on her as well a lot of the time. I wish we delved more into that, and I wish Chase was in the season earlier than he was, because I just didn't really feel like the chemistry between them. The chemistry was there, I just didn't really ship him as much as I thought I should have, because he just kind of came in out of nowhere. So I think if they were going to have a relationship with Brooke, they should have built on Chase's character a little bit more, which indirectly would have made Brooke more interesting as well. But yeah, delving more into her life with her parents, because she's clearly neglected by her parents, and that's going to have an effect on someone. So I feel like that would have been really interesting, and something that they just refused to notice in this show for some reason. I didn't mind the stuff with Peyton and Brooke. I think that was pretty well paced. Yeah, the whole, like, was it Rachel? I can't even remember. It was Rachel dating. No, it was Brooke dating that teacher as well. That literally didn't even need to happen. That could have been taken out of the show. And you could have just had Chase him from the start. That's what I'm saying. You had, like, Brooke dating this teacher for... That was so random. I completely forgot that storyline even exists. That was pointless. I know it was like Brooke trying to get over Lucas and stuff, but it was just ridiculous. You should have just had Chase him from the start. I liked her friendship with Rachel, though. I think that was the strongest part of Brooke's storyline, was her... I really felt the friendship between her and Rachel this season, which was good. H also asks, what's your ranking of the seasons so far? So for me, I think it's season 3, 4, 1, 2. 1's really good because of the nostalgia, and I think it's really good seeing like Nathan develop and stuff like that. But in terms of storylines and how I felt watching it, I think I'd go 3. 3 and 4 could swap very easily, but for now we'll go 3, 4, 1, 2. Heather asks, which character are you looking forward to most in season 5? So we've got Peyton going off to LA, so that'd be kind of interesting. Dan's going to be in prison, I'd assume, for most of it. So I'm curious how they're going to get Dan out of prison, because you can't just keep him in there. But he did admit to a murder, so we'll see. Nathan and Haley will be cute. Probably Brooke. I want to see what they do with Brooke. I feel like this is like the season for Brooke's redemption. You know, not that she needed redemption, but in terms of the storyline, she definitely needs one. So we'll go with Brooke. But I'm also excited to see what they do with Dan. Heather also asks, which character did you come to like more in season 4, and which did you like less? And Elena asked, replied to that, said, I know which character he liked less this season. I mean, yeah, less is definitely Mouth. I mean, that's obvious. She's, again, we'll get into it in the tier list, but what a waste of a human. As for a character that I liked more, he's not my favourite character in the season, but Lucas, I think, was surprisingly really good this season. This was Lucas's best season for sure, so fair play. He's done a good job this season. Not my favourite, but he was definitely better. H also asks, which character do you think grew the most in season 4? Definitely not Brooke. Probably Dan. Yeah, it has to be Dan. I think as a character he grew the most in terms of his mentality on things and actually trying to be a better person. But he still had his slip-ups here and there for sure. But he definitely grew. He was completely different. He still had his Dan ways, but he was completely different to how he was in the first 3 seasons, which I liked. Mariah asks, which character's storyline are you looking forward to the most in season 5? Again, I'm not sure how the storylines will play out, but I'd say Brooke is one that I'm rooting for. And also asks, what are your predictions for season 5? Like, what do you think will happen with each of the main characters, Brooke, Peyton, Lucas, Nathan, Haley, Skills, and Mouth? Brooke, if Chase is still in the show, then Brooke and Chase's relationship will probably follow. Peyton, I'm assuming, is going to be in LA doing her thing, which would be quite interesting to see. Nathan and Haley are going to be raising the baby, which could be cool, but I hope that's not the only thing they do, because that'll get quite kind of boring after a bit. Lucas, I guess he's kind of not dealt with the key stuff, but I guess he's ready for. Oh yeah, he's going to be coaching with Whitey, so that'd be and coaching Nathan as well. So that'd be interesting to see. Skip, we definitely need skills on Mouth. Mouth, I think, should still be in the show, but I don't want him as a main character. And you haven't put Rachel there, so is Rachel not in the season? Could be a tell there. No Rachel. You said skills on Mouth, but no Rachel, so is she left the show now? We'll see. Heather asks, favourite episode of season 4 / most shocking moment. Favourite episode, it was the mid-season finale. I think that's the episode. I'm assuming it was the mid-season finale because it had the tellings of one, but where Haley got ran over, Lucas had a heart attack, they threw the game, or didn't throw the game, but they did beforehand and then didn't. That was such a good episode. Actually intense, had shocking moments. Again, it's a little bit ridiculous with the amount of car accidents these characters are having. I think that needs to be it now. You can't have episode 9. That was the only episode this season that I gave a 10 out of 10 to. But I think the last episode was very special. The last 10 minutes was the most emotional I felt. Kind of watching One Tree Hill at all. Even more than seeing Keith get shot. It was like more emotional for me. I don't know why. Those last 10 minutes was so good. Episode 5 was very good. That was when like the Stalk storyline, and then episode 8, which is the episode just before episode 9, was very strong as well. So yeah, shocking moments was like Haley getting ran over and the Stalker coming back. When the Stalker came back, I think in episode 15, I want to say it was. Ooh, I was like, bro. That was such a good reveal of him returning. So yeah, probably some of the stuff I mentioned there. And then final question from Bella. Out of the 5 main characters, rank their best season so far from seasons 1 to 4. Okay, so I guess no one's going to be season 2. No one's best season was season 2. Nathan's best season was season 1. I think that's where he had the most development. Haley's best season was season either 4 or 1, I'd say. Haley was my favourite in season 1. I feel like she's kind of stayed the same all the way through. She has had development, but nothing super major, I'd say. Lucas's best season was season 4, definitely. Peyton's best season was 4/1 as well. And then Brooke's best season was 3. Skills' best season was this one, and Mal's best season was season 1. So, yeah, I'd say that's about right. Dan's best season. His most funny was probably 3, but his best in terms of being a character, I think, was this season 4. Deb was season 1. Karen was season 4, actually, because she didn't do anything to piss me off, which was a shock. And then Keith was season 1, obviously. So, yeah, there we go. No one with season 2, unless I guess you're Chris Keller. But even then, he just annoyed me. So, was anyone's best season 2? No. You just can't. It can't be. God. But yeah, they're all the questions, and now we're going to jump into the character tier list, so just give me a minute and then we'll get into that. But thank you to everyone who asked the question. Really appreciate it. I only put it up 12 hours ago, so I'm sorry if you maybe missed. But yeah, when we finish season 5 again, we'll do the same thing for the start of season 6, of course. So for reference, this is where everyone ranked at the end of season 3. We had Karen in terrible, Peyton's mum, Rachel in meh, good was Lucas, Peyton, Bevin and Whitey. Then fantastic we had Deb, she's not going to be up there. We had Mouth in fantastic, skills and Keith, and then goated we had Brooke as the best character, which she ain't going to be there for this season, that's for sure. Dan, Nathan, Haley. Keep in mind this is based on the season, so only season 4. This is not based on the characters as a whole, because we'll do that when we finish the entire show, of course. So more characters I feel like here, to be fair, pretty much all the same. Some of these images are awful just because like Chase had no good images for some reason. So and again, I have missed characters here like Gigi, the character Mouth was dating, because I just feel like there's not enough to really say about those characters, and I could have added another 5-10 characters really, but they would have just been minuscule. I did add Chris though, even though it was only in one episode. I had to add Chris Keller. So let's start with, this was Rachel, which is like the only image. Or was it Mouth? Do I even have Mouth here? Oh, I do. He's here. Oh my god, he's like Mouth next to Mouth. I couldn't even see him. So yeah, this is Rachel. It's like the only image I could find from that season, because I didn't want to put like Rachel in general in case I spoilers for other seasons. But I'm gonna say she was really good. Definitely better than she was last season. More likable. Like I said, one of the better storylines was her friendship with Brooke. I think was really good. It's just the things they were doing in their friendship, like stealing tests and joining the clean teens. I just didn't find those stories that interesting. So that was a bit of a shame with the character. But I think I've realised, by the way, I haven't put my mic on. So sorry if the audio is really shit this bit. But she was better than she was last season for sure. I'm hoping she's in this season. I'm kind of worried now she's not going to be season 5. So, Mouth, will get to you, mate. Bevan. I really like Bevan. She's not much of an actual character, so I can't put her above Rachel. But likability, she's one of the most likable characters they have in the show, of course, and she never really does anything really to piss me off. I like her in skills. I'm not like one where I'm like, I need more Bevan in the show, but when she pops up, I'm never complaining. So, Chris, will put you in really good, I guess. He does, the one episode he was in did make me laugh. He was like kind of like a welcomed sight when he was there. Then we have Whitey, I'd say was okay this season. I don't know. He's fine. I just don't. I've seen better coach characters in TV shows. I feel like coach characters are so easy to get, and I feel like he's just been like the same thing. When he comes up, he's fine. He gives his wise words about Camilla, and he's funny to laugh at. And it was actually kind of good when he was retiring. I think was his best episode for sure. But he's okay. He's not a character I'm like in love with. I'm not like, oh, I need more Whitey or anything like that. He's borderline fine for me. Nothing great. Nothing too damaging either. But we'll leave the mains, of course. Chase, I'm going to go okay. He's not tragic, but he's just the most clear-cut character I think the show's done. So, well, definitely not, because I've had other characters like Felix and stuff, but he's just there. He has a crush on Brooke. Brooke has a crush on him. He's a bit boring. That's fine, I guess. So if he is in season 5, I really hope they do a better job with his character, because yeah, he's just not kind of it for me at the moment. He's likable. I don't think he's unlikable. He's not done anything to like really annoy me, but I just don't think he's that interesting at all, to be honest. Which again, people really like him, so I think maybe that's just me. But yeah, there's nothing there for me with him at the moment. But that could change. He's not one of those where I'm like, oh no, I'm never going to like Chase. So we'll see. Karen, she was here last season, so I'm going to say this season, admittedly, she was really good. Giving Dan a chance, I think, was interesting, and I think that was paced quite well. It wasn't like 2 episodes where she was like, "Oh yeah, come back to me, Dan." That's because that would just be ridiculous. I think they knew it really had to be a journey for her to really let Dan back into her life. So I'm going to put her above Bevan and above Chris. Not quite as good as Rachel for me, but yeah, I don't think her storyline was as interesting as it has been previously. But in terms of being likable, letting Dan back into her life. You know, we knew Dan killed Keith and stuff, so I was always waiting for that to come out. I was like, she's going to find out at some point. Lo and behold, she did. But yeah, she was pretty good this season. Deb was. Is she tragic? I think the second half of the season saved her from being tragic because she kind of had some decent moments. But how the mighty have fallen, I'd say Chase was actually better than Deb. Season 1, she was there. She was my favourite character in season 1, alongside Nathan, I think it was. But my god, how the mighty have fallen. That's sad. She's just so boring. She's just crap. Like her on drugs and stuff, I think could have been interesting, but they just went about it where it's like, oh, you're pissing me off. And then it was constant, and then she came off the drugs, which is good, but then she went to being like kind of just boring and exists. I'm really hoping she gets better again, because I miss Deb, the Deb that I know. Season 1 Deb was so good, and that's just crap. These are all the mains, so we'll save those. Let's do skills. Goated. I love him. He's so likable. His dialogue makes me laugh. And the one episode where it's like the duos and he's talking about how the factory was waiting for him over there and stuff, and he needed to get into his college. I'm wanting like more skills, like an actual his own storyline, like his own storyline, not just there to like be there with Haley and be there with Lucas and stuff. It's like I want him to have his own good stuff. So, but he's just the most likable character of the entire show. I love him. I love him to pieces. He's like out of all of them, I'd want him as a mate. Would be Skills, and probably Dan. Dan as a mate, imagine. No, out of all of them, if I wanted a mate, it'd be Skills. He's just the best. Mouth. Take a wild guess where Mouth's going this season. I'll give you 0.2 seconds. You are correct. Tragic. Oh, God. The worst. So annoying. So unlikable. Like when he had his badass moment and went and kissed Brooke, I was like, oh, God, no. That is not the one, mate. I felt like he was like a fan favourite in seasons 1 to 3 or something, and then they were like, oh, people love him, so let's give him his own storyline, and it's actually just ruined him. His whole journey this season was pity party all the time. Oh, let's go. Oh, Rachel doesn't like me. Oh, Brooke doesn't like me. Oh, blonde girl over here from Clean Teens doesn't like me. Oh, Gigi doesn't like me. This was all in one season, bro. And then he was crying because he had friends. Oh, I've got friends, but I want to be... Oh, bro, calm down. Like, the fact... And they all travelled out to Texas or Honey Grove to get him, and he was all like, I've got friends. And then he was talking to Signs, which was hilarious, but... Bro. And then he, like, pity-parted that blonde girl into having sex with him. Like, that was not the one either. And then he was just crybabying all the time. I can't stand Mouth. He's going to have to do a lot in season 5 if he needs to win me back. He didn't abuse anyone like Karen, so I mean, there's that. But he did throw the biggest pity party for himself every single episode, and it got so boring so quickly. And yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with him. Should have kept him as a side character. Skills is the one we need a main story of, not Mouth. Like, Skills at least would be interesting. Mouth was so boring, so unlikable, and every scene he was in, he just brought the entire episode down. I can't think of one good Mouth moment. I guess when he punched that guy in the finale, but not enough. Right, now we have the mains. Let's go with... You gotta do Haley, goated. She's so likeable. How can you... I always feel so bad for her, because she just gets... I will say her story is far from being the most interesting. A lot of the time, it is just her in love with Nathan and Nathan in love with her, which is great. But for a TV show, it's like we've had that for 4 seasons. It's like, and I'm not complaining if they continue to do that for the rest of the show as well. Like, that's fine. But in terms of her having her own story, it was just like she was pregnant and worried about that stuff, and that was fine. But I don't think it was the most interesting. I mean, she did have the most shocking moment, I guess, when she got ran over. So there was that. But she's just that likeable that you have to put her up here. So, yeah, not as likeable as Skills, but she is up there for sure. Then let's do Nathan again. Very likeable. Had definitely one of the best storylines with the Dante stuff, but the second half it was just more like, preparing for having a child, which was good stuff as well. Not the most interesting character. Again, I feel like these two are consistent. I'll say that about Nathan and Haley. They're very consistent with their romance, and that's fine. I think we need that because we have like the big ups and downs with Peyton, Lucas and Brooke all the time. So it's quite nice that we just have that relationship that just works so well. And I kind of hope it does just stay like that. They don't need... I want them to have ups and downs for sure, because otherwise it's going to get stale. But I don't think we need like a big breakup where Nathan goes and finds someone else and they have a big love triangle. They don't need that, so I'm worried if they do. But we'll see. There's plenty of seasons to go, obviously. Then we have Brooke. I'm going to say Brooke this season was really good, at the top of really good. She wasn't fantastic because the storylines were got with a teacher, stole some tests, cheated on some tests, and then joined Clean Teens, and then had a romance with Chase, who was boring as well. So, yeah, kind of tragic, unfortunately, for Brooke. I still love her because she is still very likeable. She didn't do anything this season that like really pissed me off or anything, but yeah, very stale. Just kind of there. She did stuff, I guess. Good for you. But I really wanted to step it up in season 5. Then we have who I'd consider the strong Lucas. I'm going to say he's fantastic. Offers character fantastic. Not quite goated because he still has his annoying little ways. His Lucas ways. But this was definitely his best season in terms of just getting shit done, being kind of clicked onto everything like with Peyton and Dan, like and Karen. Like he knew what was kind of going on. Being there for Nathan and Haley and skills. Like he was an all rounder this season, which I liked about him. So nothing super annoying about his character, just like his old cheesy Peyton stuff, and then shooting that gun in front of, like right next to Karen, was wild. It's just like, what are you doing, mate? So some stupid decisions there for sure, but overall I like Lucas. Then we'll go Peyton was goated this season. I'd say better than Nathan. Yeah, she just had the one. I'd say the most interesting storylines was with that stalker and then trying to improve herself, and then her actual brother storyline actually got better. The first episode he was in, I haven't actually added him as a character, which I should have, but the first episode he was in, I was like, no, and then I actually came around on him after that. So and then she had a romance with Lucas, which was good. Her friendship with Brooke in the second half when they kind of made up was really strong as well. So yeah, Peyton, I don't have many flaws with. I think the one episode where I was like, was when it came out about Brooke and Nathan having slept together, and Peyton was trying to be all high horse about it, and it's like, I'm not. You did hook up with Lucas while Brooke was with him, so calm down. She didn't really have any ground to stand on there, so I definitely sided more with Brooke in that situation. But that storyline was dissolved in about an episode anyway. And then we have Dan, who is the best character, of course, because I just so sad. I want to watch episode 1 now and see what they do with him, but oh my god, I felt so bad for him, dude. I love Dan. I just want to give him one, but I might get shot, so maybe not. But yeah, there we go. That is the character rankings for the end of season 4. I guess the entirety of season 4. I feel like Chase can definitely go higher up. Lucas could go either way depending on what his storyline is. Skills, I want him to stay there, so hopefully he gets more. Dan, we'll see. Mouth, I guess, could go up. He can't really go further down. Deb, I'm rooting to go up, please. Whitey, I don't think it's really going to change at this point. Rachel could go up. She definitely is. I think Rachel just needs like a really good storyline. She hasn't quite had that yet, but she is a good character. Definitely better than she was when she first came into it. I couldn't stand her then. Brooke definitely needs to go up. If she's worse this season, oh God, I'm going to start worrying about like Deb, where they just butcher a character. Bevan, I don't think will change too much, but yeah, I'm happy with that list. Dan, number 1, Skills, number 2, and Peyton as number 3. Based on season 4, this is of course. Then we have Nathan, Haley, Lucas was good, then Brooke, Rachel, Karen, Chris, Bevan, and then these characters exist. But yeah, there we go, guys. Episode 1 though. Let's see what we get up to this season. I'm excited. Let's do this. One Tree Hill.
Sometimes it feels like it was yesterday.
Oh, we're doing a time skip.
It feels like someone else's memory.
That'd be kind of good if they did. 4 years? Whoa! What? 4 years? Oh, he's got a beard. No, I hate times. I don't. I think it's a good choice, actually. Yo, she looks so grown up. What the fuck?
Lucas gave it. Why don't you go out there and show him?
I said I don't want him.
Oh, Nathan looks like a hobo. Oh,
Jamie,
no. He kind of looks good with long hair, though. He looks kind of good, but also kind of shit. I don't know how to explain it.
Good morning. Close of the bros, please hold.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm kind of into it.
Can you call Prime and make a dinner reservation? Please make sure I get the table.
Professional Brooke.
Unless she gains 10 pounds minimum, she looks unhealthy.
Oh, wow.
We're just brainstorming.
Brainstorm better.
B. Davis, that's a horrible...
Anorexia is a disease. It is not a fashion statement.
God, alright, Brooke.
It's your coffee. Mocha double
Is she going to be a
latte, extra
prick?
Is there foam? Because last time there was no
She's
foam.
kind of
I
acting
like
like
foam.
one.
Extra
Is Peyton loaded? Wow. Everyone's done successfully well then. That's not even a word.
Must
But
have the wrong office. No, that's me, John
successfully
Knight,
well.
label president. Last I knew, you were Peyton Sawyer.
Peyton bloody Sawyer down from Tree Hill.
Also, Mr. Knight, I have a
Mr.
couple unsigned
Knight,
bands that I
of
would really love
course.
for you.
I have 2 different alimony payments due and 7 lines ringing.
Yeah, get a grip, mate, you bore. I can't with people.
You look good.
So?
Drop a button on that top and I'll let you set in on the morning new music session.
Yeah, what a shocker. What did I call it 5 seconds ago? Wow.
Give me some aspirin.
What is this? I know what it is. It's manager abuse or whatever. I guess, or sexual abuse. Straight up. Manager abuse.
Uncle Lucas.
Uncle Lucas. My God, I was buzzing.
Hey, you in high school already?
No, I'm only 4.
4 going on 40.
Welcome back.
The writing
You look so tall.
is not going at all. How about you? How's last day student teaching?
I'm so thrown off. I was like fully prepared to like see them straight after season 4.
Seattle is on the clock right now. We'll get to the commissioner coming up.
Oh, Nathan. You're going to turn into Dan.
It's been unpredictable so far. Here's
The
the
draft. I've got into the NBA, by the way. You might be proud to know. I've been proper watching it every day for the past 2 weeks.
This isn't even my salary. This is just shoe contract money.
It's money from the shoe, Mama. Let's get it.
Oh, baby.
Let's get in.
We're just gonna have to get used to the fact that this is what life's like when your dreams come true.
Until they don't. Yeah, he's going to become Dan, innit? I wonder if they've even seen Dan. God, he would have been in prison for fuck. Oh, he's in a wheelchair. What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? Oh, what are they doing? No! He's still alive.
For what? A job. I'm gonna send audition tapes to all the local stations.
Sorry, Mal. Go ahead, man. Do your thing.
Oh, he's filming in another room.
Another blue chip prospect, and we've got the scoop. I'm Marvin McFadden. No! That's how you go down.
Or they could play games in another room, to be fair. They're video games.
I'm Mouth McFadden, and I'm still unemployed.
As you deserve. What if Whitey's dead? I bet Whitey's passed away.
So 6 months ago when they asked us...
Skills!
Lucas Scott, head coach.
Head
Young boy
coach?
makes good.
Where's Whitey then?
Boys made good. Losing's over.
Oh, no doubt.
Yes, I kind of rooting for Lucas being coach. That's kind of cool. Where's Whitey then? He's either passed away or he's actually retired.
Well, they're called Low versus Diamond, and they've already built a really strong internet following, and the songs are great.
Yes! I guess. It was better than what I just heard 5 seconds ago. Get this crap out of
We'll
here.
go with the actress.
Yeah, why? They sounded way better, but sure.
Why don't you go get us some lunch menus?
I can't believe he's in a wheelchair. Is that like permanent or? I'm stressed, bro.
The NS-23.
Yay. Oh, the Nathan Scott. Okay, so shoot.
Oh, baby, that's awesome.
That's so sad. It's entire. Oh.
Snow driving tonight, okay? Take the limo and get the car tomorrow.
Promise.
They drives and if they have a crash, if they have a car crash, bro, I'm gonna throw my, I don't know, face out into the toilet. I don't know.
And like the river.
Oh, it's published.
Their younger selves.
My God, look at them all.
Where they're now.
I think with time skips, it's really good that you can like just freshen things up. Like you can just stir everything up and it'll make sense.
Suck.
I mean, they can't be like aliens have invaded and they can't do that, but.
Tell me you're writing.
Oh, it's her from
Well, hi to you too.
No, Vampire Diaries.
I can't be your editor if I don't have anything to edit.
Oh, his editor. Okay.
My butt is on the line here.
I don't know. You know, I think it's an earthquake.
Lucas Scott.
Wow. Real smooth. Yay, these. Oh, it's Brooke. Living the glamour life now, I guess.
I like the movie.
No, you didn't. Give you a review.
Thank you
Give
very
it a
much,
4 out of 10 if
and
that's what you
enjoy
gotta
the
give it,
rest of
mate.
your evening. We want the tabloids to think that she's sleeping with you. She's not actually sleeping with you. We're all set.
Yes.
Call me.
Well, yeah. Get wrecked, I guess.
Unbelievably rude.
Yeah, well, it's been a long
I mean,
day.
you seem kind of rude as well, bro, but I mean, it's whatever.
Your 9 a.m. interview about taking
Everyone
the
in this
company
industry
public.
is.
She's my friend.
Rachel.
She's not your friend.
Rachel.
She's an employee.
Rachel?
Well, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that.
Brooke, Clothes Over Bros is a multi-million-dollar company.
Multi-million?
We have to cut her loose.
You're gonna fire her.
No.
Who?
I'm not gonna fire her. You're gonna fire her.
We could just not fire her. That's a wild idea. I want to go back to Tree Hill. I don't like it. I do, but it's just strange. Pretty Little Lies did a time skip as well, I think. Oh, no, they definitely did. I think it was like the last season, though.
It's nothing personal, it's just business. I gotta go.
Oh, you did it? That was quick.
Aunt Karen and Cousin Lily are in Ireland.
Oh, Karen's alive. She's not in
That's
Tree Hill.
right across the Irish Sea from England. You remember where England is?
You are a genius. You sure you're not my kid?
I mean, it says England, so I'm not going to give him that one, to be honest.
Right.
You think we'll ever see them again?
Oh, yeah, of course we will, man.
When she renews her contract.
I'm gonna go talk to your dad and then we'll go, okay?
So he's literally going to be the Keith, and Nathan's going to be the Dan.
So, you know, Haley told me that the doctor said that you'll be on your feet any day now. Pretty lucky, Nate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, not permanent.
Mr. Lucky, give me that bottle right now. Dan's not going to be the only Scot to kill his brother.
Ooh. That was a bit not called for. That kid looks more like Lucas than Nathan, by the way. He looks nothing like Nathan. It's literally Lucas. He's got the spiky hair and everything.
So none of you guys know who ate my pizza? Nah, man. Amazing.
The storyline
So
we
my pizza
deserve.
just ate itself.
Yes, Skills.
Cool.
Skills, my boy. Look at it. Oh, he's so cute. I love Skills.
It's perfect.
Shorty shouldn't be in the paint. He gotta learn. Dude, he's 4.
Oh.
What do you think, Sawyer?
Go away. I
You're
hate
right about
people
the
like
act you
this.
signed today.
Even if they're like
Her
scripted
song's
characters,
below,
I just
so
can't
why'd
be
you
asked.
sign her?
I figured you were one of them. I used to be
A
too.
likable human.
Then I figured it out. It's called show business.
Ah, it's called show business. You gotta be a dick to get in the show biz. Come here. Go away.
Can't actually save the world.
Oh, okay. Oh, what a heartbreak.
That is why you are still the assistant to the assistant.
Bro, music can literally
They're not
change.
out to get their world saved. They had a bad day. They went out to get drunk and get laid.
No, he's completely
You're
off
smart
base.
and
He's just
talented.
wrong.
Accept the business side of what we do and play the game.
When the show business, when I entertain the world with to make money.
Well, I will have you job one day, John. Just not that way.
Did Mark Schwain write this dialogue? Yes, he did, because it said write to Mark Schwain.
Assistant to the assistant.
Walking like this, assistant to the assistant. I could not take him seriously. I literally be like, mate, you're a joke. You literally are pissing your pants.
No! Shoot it, puppy dog!
Alright. Jamie seems kind of cool, to be fair. He seems like a cool kid.
Hi, Mama. We won. Hi,
Uncle Skills.
Mama, I'm ready. I gotta go home now. And anyway, you should be writing.
Got him. Got him.
That I want to hear.
Are Peyton and Lucas still together?
Young hot designer of Clothes Over Bros. Now, Brooke, let me ask
No
you
chase yet, by the way, so I'm assuming he's not in this
just
season.
being young.
Thank you. We have to move on.
Clothes
God,
Over
she's a
Bros
robot.
is my dream come true.
She's robot
This
mode.
is what I wished for.
There's so much. Are Peyton and Luke still together? Where the fuck's Dan? Where's Rachel? Where's Chase? What's going on? Bro, I'm stressed. They're not together. They're not together, bro. They seem to have calmed down with the music, by the way. So far. Nathan, get your shit together, bro. Please don't do it. No, it's a good storyline, to be fair.
Father's in prison.
Oh, he's still in prison then.
So am I.
Well,
Great. Yeah, that was the right thing to
you
say.
can walk out.
I don't know, they haven't calmed that much down with the music. They're giving it more breath, but it's still ridiculous. Oh, I put her on the shelf. Are they even talking? So many questions.
Peyton Sawyer is destined for greatness.
Of course, that's the name
Actually,
of your
she's
third
already
chapter.
great. Because Peyton Sawyer has a thing called integrity. And nothing or no one is ever
He literally
going to
used
change
their
that.
names as well. It's a
I
bit
remember the
much.
first time I met her.
Hi, it's Peyton.
Who are you calling?
What happened to us?
Oh, they actually broke up, didn't they? Yeah, nice. So your kid's gonna walk and probably scrape his face and die now. It sucks, don't get me wrong.
You know?
That would suck, but bro.
And I miss you.
Everyone seems depressed. No one's happy. From skills.
Just like I did every weekend. Hoping that this time something would speak to me.
This will turn to a wolf, I hope so.
It's about the second book and the third and the fourth.
Lindsay.
It's been 2 years.
So?
And
That's
that wouldn't
no
scare me.
time.
I thought you were writing, but you're not.
2 years is not that long for a new book. Like, give it another year.
No, dear. It is everything. And if you've lost sight of that, you have lost your way, Brooke Davis.
Mmm.
Milan. Tomorrow. Smile.
Go away.
When you said the kids in the clubs were just there for decadence, I think it's more like
Did she go and get evidence?
romance. Other human beings pick up basic instruments and make sense of your world. And
Yes,
the day
everyone's
that
taking
I
note.
think it's just about making money is going to be the day that I betrayed everything I believe in about music.
Tell
and
them
life
how it
and myself.
is.
I quit, John.
Right.
I'm going home.
You're making a mistake.
Nah. See you later, mate.
No, I'm fixing one.
Everyone quit now. At the same time. Maybe don't.
I think you drink too much.
Fair, yeah. Got him. I wonder what happened with them both. There's so much to learn. Oh, she's gone back to Tree Hill. Alright, that didn't last long then.
Try and have some fun while I'm gone. You're only young once.
Yeah, at least she's not. I think Brooke's knobby side is just is a thing. Is just her corporate ways. At least she hasn't completely lost her personality.
Yeah, just write to Greg, Portland's biggest fan. Seattle sucks. So do I.
Got him! All his mates were like, mate, that was cringe.
Greg.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, mate, puffed his chest out. What a cringy human.
Wait. Look, we shouldn't be driving, all right? I'll get the limo.
What an idiot, Nathan. What are you doing? It's going to be another car accident, isn't it?
Come on, Nate.
Okay, he didn't drive. Oh no, he went back in there. What are you doing, mate? Oh, you heard that from there. It must be something really bad to it. He was off through some glass.
I can't feel my legs, man.
Oh, instantly can't feel his legs.
Pick in the NBA draft.
Oh.
Somebody help!
The Seattle Sonics.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
Mohamed Sene from Senegal.
At least it wasn't a car crash, Jesus. Oh my bro, every season. I think maybe they when he got in the car and he was like gonna drive, I think maybe they knew. They were like, they're gonna think it's another car thing. No. I think maybe they were being a bit self-aware with that. Because she did the whole don't drive as well. Haley did. Haley being a good mom.
Why is Daddy so sad?
He loves you.
Where's Dan?
Uncle Lucas loves me.
Yeah, this is just their childhoods reincarnated.
Hi.
There we go. Get back together instantly. That would make no sense.
How long's it been?
How long has it been?
2 years.
2 years?
Luke, I missed you.
What happened?
I have someone.
Oh, you have someone. Who?
I'm with someone.
No, you. Who? The girl, woman, what her name is? Bro, you're not with anyone, and if you are, you drop them instantly for Peyton. What are you doing? That's it. That was their conversation. That's crap.
It's Peyton.
I bet she's not even
Sorry,
calling Lucas. I don't know.
What happened to us? You know?
No, she did call him, man. He was just trying to be a dead
I don't know who I
arty.
am anymore. Or how I got
Oh, he was
here.
gonna propose.
Hey, you.
She said no, maybe? I don't know.
Come to bed.
This is the editor. She's boring.
I love you too, Lucas Scott.
Ugh. Blech. Blech. No. No.
I want to have a home again, you know? I miss that.
Where's Dan, bro? If he's not in this season, I'm gonna.
You.
You're an idiot. Oh, he made a picture for him. That's sad. Yo, hype him up, bro. What are you doing? Don't need music on the scene at all. Don't need music. Things are fucking ruin the scene again. Fucking joke.
Daddy's sorry for everything.
She fell in love.
Does any of that make any sense?
Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world.
Hey, it was Brooke. Let's go.
Live happily ever after.
Yeah, no one's happy. No one is happy
Are
in
you
this
happy,
season so far.
I don't think it's enough.
Well, then what is?
Money doesn't buy happiness, as they say. Does help though.
Love, I think.
Has she gone to see
Love
Brooke?
could be for a boy or a
I don't
girl.
know. I'm just so
or
many
a
questions.
place, or a way of life, or even for a family.
Is she leaving already?
I think I need to go home.
Hey, let's go. That's cute. I like that.
We're home now.
Who did she fire then? Was it Rachel or was it just some randomer? Hey, I'm glad it was that. That was cool. Sometimes you just need an old mate. Okay, very interesting, very different, which I like. I like that they've kind of mixed things up because I went into this episode expecting it to maybe do, if he was going to do a time skip, I thought maybe like 6 months or something, because Lucas in the monologue was talking like it had been a time skip. So I was like, oh, okay, a bit of a time skip, maybe a year max. 4 years. 4 years later, that's mad. No one seems happier than they were when they left. Maybe Lucas does, I guess. Lucas seems okay. Haley's upset about Nathan. Nathan's depressed. Understandably so, but obviously being a knob about it as well. Peyton's upset and depressed about her job. Brooke's depressed about putting on a facade about being a businesswoman. Mouth and Skill seem happy though. I like that. But yeah, I think time skips done at the right time can really mix things up very well. Sometimes it can be kind of like, oh, that's shit when they do it. But I think this so far, based on this first episode, has potential. No Dan, no Deb, no Karen. Still questions that I'm curious about. We got the reason as to why Nathan's in a wheelchair. We did get told it was only temporary. So, and I mean, he stood up at the end of the episode anyway. So that's not going to be like a whole thing. Yeah. Oh, it's good. It's good. I'm intrigued to see where it'll go. I think this has like no Chase as well, no Rachel. A lot of characters that weren't in this episode that I'm worried about are they even in this season. I mean, they'll come up at some point, I'm hoping. But yeah, also Jamie. Jamie seemed kind of cool. I like that. I'm glad it's not just some like annoying little shitty snotty kid. Like, no, he's playing games. I respect it. He made the drawing for Nathan. It seemed kind of cool, so that's good at least. Oh yeah, and like I like the whole thing of Nathan kind of becoming Dan in a way. Like he's at a crossroads now where he can follow a path and he will literally become Dan, where he's just full of regret for his entire life. Or the other way where he can actually appreciate his family and yeah, maybe him playing in the NBA isn't going to be a thing, but focus on other dreams. It sucks. It definitely sucks, but I mean, we'll have to wait and see where that goes for him in this one. I'm intrigued with this season, definitely. Excited to see where it goes. I liked how they ended it with Peyton and Brooke as well. But yeah, rating, I'll go in 8 out of 10, I think, for this one. Definitely was thrown off by the time skip, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. The whole tone and vibe definitely seems different between them all. Like, obviously, because they've all grown apart, like Lucas and Peyton aren't even dating, things like that. So the whole dynamic is completely different. But I think that can be a good thing, like, just to mix things up a bit. So we'll see how they play it. The music still hasn't changed. The bit where Nathan was standing up, that did not need music at all. And it's just, again, it's just the worst song known to man that they always do. Someone needs to re-edit these episodes and get rid of all that shit, because this show would be 10 times better without that crap plastered all the way through. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the episode down below in the comments, and I'll see you next time for episode 2. Until then, take care. Peace.